Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning back in. Glad you could make it. Hope you guys are doing good and having a great day. The time has come at last to finally do a full video on my reflection over the 30-day challenge. And boy, do I have a lot for you guys. I've got a lot of knowledge to drop on you, so buckle up. It's going to be a good one. Uh, the key takeaways um, is definitely to take one step at a time. To look for the next hill to climb, and determination, perseverance. So I want to get into all of these. And I'm going to start with taking a step at a time. The first few days were a little rough. I had not gone longer than 3 or 4 days without breaking my diet. And going after day 5, things became easier. It really did. Maybe because of all of the additives and chemicals and whatnot that they put in the fast food, could be one. But um, it's it's the fact that I wanted to really progress. I wanted to change, and I wanted to be better. And so when you stick to it long enough, you then become more determined each and every day. You know, I think of it like this: you wake up one morning and you say, "Well, I got to do this today." You don't focus on the top of the mountain where you're trying to get to. You look at your feet and you move 1 foot forward. And that's what you focus on. You just focus on today, I got to do this today. And you do it. And the next morning, you wake up, I got to do this today. And the next morning, I got to do this today. And the next thing you know, it's the week. Excuse me, it's the end of the week. And the beginning of the week comes, I got to do this for the week. But you still look at every day as if it's one day. And that's the way I had thought throughout the whole challenge. Is I gotta I gotta work out, and I gotta eat clean. And then I got into a routine. I got into a habit, a good habit. And we unfortunately today we think of habits as something bad, but it's not. It's really not. There can be bad habits, and there are bad habits. There are more bad habits than good habits, unfortunately. But ultimately, when you replace a bad habit with a good habit, it's obviously going to progress you. But what comes of it is that it teaches you a lot more about the bad habits than it does really the good habits, because you begin to realize that the bad habits is what kept you from the good habits. And then you learn how to stick with the good habits because you were in the bad habits. Does that make sense? Um, and so when you stick with the good habits long enough, things just become natural. And now, I had my day of eating whatever I wanted to. But starting today, which I'm still going to have that donut burger because I haven't had it yet. I was waiting for it today, and they weren't even open today. The place that makes the donut burger, they wasn't even open today, or they weren't open yesterday. Now I have to wait today to go and eat it, which is fine. I'm still going to get it. But I wanted I desired so much more to get back to my diet today. And it's thanks to the routine, the perseverance, and the determination to continue on the journey. And so that this is going to lead me into um, finding that next hill to climb, the next mountain, right? And I talk about this all the time. The thing is, it's not the challenge isn't necessarily getting there. It can be a challenge to get to where you're wanting to go, but the real challenge, the harder challenge, is to find out what's next when you get to the point that you're getting to. Um, when I had lost weight for the first time, I was in Korea and I had lost 30 pounds in 4 months. And that's crazy. That's now that I look back on it, that's pretty crazy. But I had a really good metabolism. I was very, very, very active. I was going to the gym 6 days a week, sometimes twice a day. I was doing cardio, calisthenics. I was doing muscle training, and on top of that, I was also doing marathon or not no not marathons. And we're gonna put a hold on that for a while. I was doing obstacle runs. I did a 8 mile obstacle run for the Spartan race in Korea back in 2018, and that one was really good. It really taught me a lot too. Perseverance, determination, um, and what I learned from that I should have taken with me, but I didn't because the whole goal was to get abs. I really wanted to. I really wanted to see my abs. I really wanted to see myself the best possible fit that I could be. Um, but I didn't focus on the best possible fitness I could be. I focused on the abs too much. And when I got my abs, I had lost it. I didn't set a new goal for myself. I didn't set a higher hill. I didn't set a higher mountain to climb for myself, and I lost focus. Because I lost focus, I ended up gaining 60 pounds. So I gained back twice as much as I had to begin with. And so now it's taking twice as much dedication, twice as much perseverance, determination to get my abs back. You know, and that's the danger of enjoying the process, but not looking for another process to enjoy. You lose focus. But ultimately, it is about loving the process and enjoying the process. Is what I've come to find out because it's each and every single day, even as hard as it is, you're working on building yourself. You're working on making yourself the best possible version that you can be. And that's awesome, man. That's a great feeling. Each step you take, each rep you pull, each set you complete, each workout you complete is just another step further to completing to where you want to go. But at the same time, while you're in the process, it's also very healthy for you to think about where you want to go next. And I'm still in the goal of shrinking my waist, and I'm still doing that. Um, the next thing that I have for myself is making myself bigger. I'm going to start bulking. I'm going to start getting not super massive, but I do want to be a little bit bigger. And um, that that is going to save me from stagnation. You don't really want to be stagnant because I've already explained to you what happens when you do. And so perseverance becomes a very, very important factor when we're talking about enjoying the process and looking for the next process to enjoy. It's all about desire. When you desire something enough to consume the doubt, the fear, the uh, apprehensiveness, when you look at something and you say, oh, well, that's too hard for me, you've already gave up on yourself. Instead of looking at something and saying that it's too hard for you, instead you tell yourself that you can do it, and each and every single grind that you do, or each and every second that you grind out, is going to teach you something. And that's what it taught me, was that I can persevere as hard as it is to not shove my face into a donut burger. It can be doable, and like I was saying, it takes every single second of every day to get up, to cook for myself, to get a good meal plan ready, to um, make sure I'm getting the nutrients that I need, and to really work to kick those cravings. Yes, it's hard, but it's not impossible. Nothing is impossible. It just seems impossible because it's so hard, and most people give up. But that's what separates you from them, is that you're not willing to give up. When I failed the challenge on day 28, because I was only able to get 25 push-ups in out of the 100 push-ups for chest day, and then a few more workouts on top of that. Um, I didn't quit. I didn't quit at all. Matter of fact, I kept going and I kept going harder than what I did before, because I wasn't willing to quit on myself. Wasn't willing to. Did I have thoughts of, well, you failed, now you can have that burger? Oh, yeah, of course I did. But I got that out of my mind real quick, because that is actual quitting. That is actual failure. You see, when you have a setback, you don't just quit, you keep going and you keep pushing forward. And this isn't just a lesson for working out, for dietary challenges, physical challenges. This is a life lesson, you know. So when your dog passes away, or when something happens in the family, you can't shut down. Listen, especially as men, we can't shut down. We have to be that firm rock for the family when these things get hard. Now, is it okay to break down? Yes, absolutely, but you have to know when and where to do it. That's why I tell you about your group of buddies, right? That shit's really important, and honestly can be a lifesaver at times. And so I don't go off on a tangent, because you guys know I go off on tangents. Um, you have to be able to dig as deep as it really needs, as the situation needs, to push to get to where you need to be. Right. So take each second to make the right decision. Right. Because then that's going to lead to a minute of making the right decision, to an hour, to a day, to a week, and then to a month. And you've already completed the challenge. Ultimately, it's commitment to yourself. A lot of people, it's not that they fail to commit to others, because actually more times than not, people commit to each other more than they commit to themselves. And that's why people's lives fall apart. You know, the last day of the challenge, I spoken with a very successful mentor of mine. And one thing that he really instilled in me was hunger, desire. desire to win, not quit. And so when you complete the process and you have a desire, you have passion. And that passion is going to take you to do other things. Maybe you have a passion to win. Maybe you have a passion to change. Maybe you have a passion to change others. And for me, that passion is a change for myself and change for others. Well, when I say change for others, I am doing things to change others, or rather, I'm doing things to set an example to help others change themselves. I can't change you, you can't change me. But what we can do is we can change ourselves. And finding a passion that's going to take us beyond that mountain, beyond the next mountain, beyond the next mountain is a purpose, right? So what is it what why is it that you're doing the things that you're doing? What do you want out of this challenge? What do you want out of life? And that's what that's all of this, has led to me to really conclude what is it that I want. And what I want is to make the best version of myself that I can be. Show you guys you can do it and that you can make the versions, or excuse me, that you can make the best versions of yourself that you can be. That's my goal and that's what I want to do. That's my purpose, that's my desire, and that's my passion. And I will sacrifice whatever. I will persevere through whatever. I'll keep grinding. For quite a few weeks, this channel has stagnated around 211 subscribers. When I got to 215, I was like, that's awesome. That's great. I would gain and lose subscribers. And I actually regressed back down to 210. And just today got up to 213. But for a while there, I kind of had this defeatist mindset where I was doing something wrong. I was falling off, and I wasn't really making a change that I saw. But what I had to realize is that the things that I has already been, right? People are still watching my videos. People are still getting something from them. People are still learning and growing just from what I'm saying. But people are also learning more from the way I apply my life, the perseverance, the dedication, the passion, and the purpose of it all is what really moves people. And listen, if this channel doesn't grow anymore, I don't care. What I care about is reaching you guys and helping you guys as much as I can. That is the mission. That is the purpose. Because I've always had a sense of servitude, dedication to others. And I've had a lot of life experience that I can share with you guys. And listen, we can all learn from each other. There's always something to learn. Doesn't matter if you're in your 60s or your 70s. There's always some kind of knowledge that you can drop on someone that has such an age gap like that. Now, typically the old heads are going to be the ones that are dropping the knowledge. But that's not always the case. And so all of the experiences that I had, or excuse me, all the experiences that I've been through, all of the issues that I had, all of the things I've had to fix, all of the avenues I've had to walk down, all the mountains I've had to climb, all the hills I've had to claw to get on top of, I'm going to share with you to help you out so you can learn. And so that I can learn too. Because, like I was saying, anybody can learn anything. And if you guys happen to have anything on your minds that you want to drop, nuggets of knowledge in the comment section or email me directly and give me different perspectives, that's awesome. I welcome that. In fact, I encourage it. That's awesome. That excites me because I've become a student of life. I want to learn and learn and learn and learn and learn. So you take one step at a time, one rep at a time, one set at a time, one workout at a time, one back day, one chest day at a time, one meal at a time, one bite at a time. You get in there and you cook when you don't feel like it. You go to the gym when you don't feel like it. And you'll see yourself change. I've already seen myself change so much. But whatever you do, always enjoy the process, desire to be in that process, but also desire to find the next process. It's one of the reasons why when I got into music, I didn't just get into music, I got into making music, producing music. When I got into crafts work, working with wood, working with metal, I didn't just stop there. I wanted to make dioramas, I wanted to paint miniatures, I wanted to build things. When I got into YouTube, it wasn't just so I could get views, it's because I wanted to reach out to so many people and help people. And I found ways to do that. And when I started my business, it wasn't just something that I wanted to make money on. It's a way to help people. There's a common theme here. To improve myself, to put myself through experiences, to share with others so that I can help them. So, take it one step at a time, one bite at a time, one set at a time, one day at a time. You'll see yourself climbing that hill and you'll want to climb another hill, taller hill. And it doesn't get tiring. It gets more exciting because each hill is larger and larger and larger. And then you get up to a mountain. Or if you were already pursuing a mountain, it's a larger mountain, however way you think of it. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I've learned from this 30-day challenge. I think I've learned a lot, and I hope I gave you a lot to think about. So if that was the case and this video was able to help you out, please support the channel, like, share, and subscribe. Guys, if you happen to have nuggets of knowledge that you would like to drop on all of us, please do. I welcome it. I welcome it so much. That being said, guys, make sure you are taking care of yourselves, both mind and body, especially up here. Okay? Absolutely up here. Absolutely. You cannot make a change if you are not willing to make the change. It's all mindset. This challenge, all mindset. That's all it is mindset. If you find it hard to do that, you just have to change your mindset. Just get up and go. Just get up and go. Doesn't matter where you go, doesn't matter what you do. Just matters that you even get out of bed. And then when you get out of bed, you start to step out of the house. And when you step out of the house, you go for a little bit of a walk. Next thing you know, you're running. Mindset, guys. I was there. I was there. And so if I can change, so can you. So let's change together, guys. The whole point of the channel is to come together and change, to grow, to learn, to become better men. Now, obviously, we want to reach as many people as possible, and women or the woman that watches the channel is more than welcome to also learn from this and grow too, right? But obviously, this is a channel dedicated to men, so um, to learn and grow, to keep growing, because our families depend on us, our communities depend on us, and our nation depends on us. So let's learn and grow, guys, and make sure that you are helping others out too. When I was talking about community, that that's what it is. Even someone that's in the comment section, you may not even know, you may not even be living around them. They might be living in a different country, or they could be living down the street. You never know. But the fact is that when they needed help, you were there to help them. You were there to help them. You were there. And what you interacted with them, what you said, what you did, ultimately changed their lives. So never underestimate the power of lifting someone up, because it can save a life. Even when someone calls you 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and they're falling apart and they need you, it can be life changing. So let's lift each other up, guys. Let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing. As always, guys, thank you for tuning in so much. I hope this video was able to help you out. I really do. I really do. And again, if you guys want to join me for the challenge, because I'm going to redo this challenge, and I'm going to overcome this challenge. And then I'm going to look for another challenge that's harder. And if you want to join me for that, please do. You can either email me, or you can leave a comment in the comment section. We'll set up a time. We'll set up whatever needs to be set up. So again, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys soon.